edition of Trump, telling reality and creating knowledge. I am your host, Principal SR and S. Sam. And we are having a wonderful and interesting topic before us this morning. But before we go over to the topic, I would like to introduce my guest who will do justice to the topic before us this morning. On my very left is the university librarian. She's a doctor, an academician, and an experienced mother. That's the person of Dr. Gladys on my wall. And on my right is another staff of Admiralty University of Nigeria, that is the person of Mrs. Sibo. Madam, you're welcome. All right, viewers, before we go over to the section of the question I have for my guest this morning, I would like to give us a background into the topic that is before us this morning. We're looking at corporate non-same models. Corporate non-same models. But before we do that, I'd like to take two reports. One is from the UNICEF and the World Health Organization, then the other is from the Nigerian Health Watch Media.com. I think I what World Health UNICEF said. UNICEF says work and family can be difficult to balance at the best of time. For breastfeeding mothers returning to work after giving birth, it can easily be overwhelming. Breastfeeding gives children healthy, Breastfeeding gives children the healthiest start in their life. Breastfeeding acts as the first vaccine, stimulating brain development, protecting woman health. That is why UHF and the WHO, which is World Health Organization, call on government and employers to put in place friendly family policies that will provide mothers the time, space, and support needed for breastfeeding. Then the report from the Media Health Watch Media.com says breastfeeding is an important part of a baby's growth, especially during the first 100 days. This period from conception to the child's second birthday is crucial for the child's development and overall well-being. However, many mothers who must return to work continue breastfeeding can be difficult if they are not supported. Now, looking at this, laying the background for the topic that we have this morning, I would like us to delve straight into the questions that we have this morning. And I would like to start with our doctor. Doctor, you're welcome once again. This morning, I would like to ask you, man, as an academician, how have you been able to cope with juggling nursing your children and, of course, the workspace?
Yeah, this was a music pattern. It's going to be so my experiences. So it's really I'm going to continue doing because there's nothing to learn.
That's true.
Well, in the first place, I believe strongly that the God offers everything. You can't eschew the presence of divinity in the world.
That's
You
true.
have to be divinely led.
Yes.
But in life, there is no one silver bullet to challenges of life.
Mhm.
So you must learn to take a little from there, a little from there, experiences, aspirations, open up your mind, and draw inferences to have the best that is suits you. There is also no one fix button to all life solutions. So as you are struggling and overcoming challenges, you are drawing inferences, you are improving growth. So back to your question, how was I able to go mine? Mine was not have been the explicit or most critical one cited. But I know that after this, so a few people should have taken one from one money traders from mine, while I also get from my the fact is, as an individual, you have to have a vision. You need to have a vision. What am I? What am I doing? What am I determined meant to be? You need to know that you are going to fix a solution for life. You are going to leave a template that people will see, copy, emulate, sight in life. If you have that at the back of your mind, there's something you not doing. have determination. You must have determination. That determination is if anybody has ever done it, my own decision, I will do it. If they don't, I can't say them. Now, I feel that on the thing. And so you progress the growth. You look at those who have done it for you, and you're able to do it. Listen, let's change the aspects. Develop our own mind. You have to be yourself. Feel happy. Create an environment of happiness, joy. With joy in you, you don't know where you feel through problems. You only know where you are smiling at people. But the moment you are trying to try and conquer, it's easy to do. You don't feel it. But for determination, will see it through. I will get there. So, so you know what that means? I wasn't thinking. Brother, and so celebration, then I will move out of it. You have to look at something, maybe mentors, idols. Keep that in mind. Today, I don't know. My mama was a believer. She had children. She went through this video. It was all rosy. She did. So that when you don't just develop understanding, cultivate the spirit of family, expression all around you, so that people will easily come to assist you. You can do it all in life. The most purpose. At the home base, maintain some low-headedness peace. Ensure that your partner look like that baby or babies with you. It's supportive. Being low-headed. Being reasonably submissive. Understanding. Drawing the line within. And of course, that's no reason. When two people are grappling with one issue, it's easier than in the people. When you tighten up, let me say, you have the right to every flesh. They are commanding action. Number one thing, to create a new environment for the family members to assist. And when you are at work, please continue with the news. Open up. Have some friends. Be optimistic. Be optimistic. When you have problems, say it to them the essential you have got. Essential you have got. When they understand there is something going on, then you have to work. Don't be too critical. Doesn't matter. Oh, you have started generating different. The industry of mind is but it's not very good. You have optimism in you, you have your plans, your vision, and you work hard towards it. Talk about that later. Work hard towards it, and you cook them. And you yourself have a clear result. It will be very profitable. You find yourself as you are, as you are joyful. Children are peaceful because children are eventual, they are investments of more. So you have to handle all that little choice so that you will also invest.
Thank you very, very much for that wonderful insight. We heard it from the horse's mouth. First, have vision. Two, be determined. Three, ask questions. Not an island. Ask questions so that you will know. And try to develop good friends, both at home and the workspace. That is one of the things she said that helped her cope as a nursing mother and of course like a baby. I would like to ask a question to Mrs. Silva. Mrs. Silva, now, this is it. You are presently, let me say currently, a nursing mother in the workspace. Questions. How are you able to handle it?
say nursing mother, nursing the child is demanding. Usually more or less like a workload, but you cannot well that this is a workload and you are not going to face this other part of it. No, we are going to face it. Our mama said, and people are faced, they have come as strong. So you too you can still do it. Now, as a nursing mother, what I have done that has always worked for me in this workspace, I set my priorities and I plan ahead. I have a to-do list for my own house. Now, I plan my time from social time, maybe 8 to 10. This is my session. I want to go out to breastfeed my baby and come back. I take breaks to make sure that the baby is fine. I plan before the day comes. I don't just wake up and say, oh, this is the day and I want to face it. I plan ahead. And again, I also set priorities. I don't bring my personal life to the workspace when I get to. My work is my work, and my family is my family. I don't say, oh, my family first, and it's affect my work. No, I set boundaries for all of these things. I don't let work interfere, disrupt my family, nor family disrupt my work life. No, I don't do that. Again, breastfeed, I have time for breastfeeding. I set up time to breastfeed my baby. Where to store the breast milk also, I make arrangement for all of this. And some other things I do, I make out time in routine for pick up and drop of my children because it's not only one baby I have. I have 2 kids, so I make arrangement for pick up and drop off. Sometimes, as a nursing mother, I have this challenge of the time I the time it will take me to get back to where I drop my baby and all of these things they have been a challenge to me, but I can tell you with time I'm already into the system. Yes.
Thank you very, very, very much. We've had the viewers that clearly that what she do is she set her priorities right, and of course she makes plan to be able to balance her work life and that of nursing her children. Just like what our doctor has also said, she have been able to lay a foundation that they know how to balance their work life and their nursing their children, making it effective for them to cope in the corporate environment. Doctor, I would like to ask you this question also. You know, there are some misconceptions about nursing mother that they are involved in the workspace, they are absent frequently, and they are not committed to their job, and they are not, they need special treatment, and of course, they are less motivated. As an employer, how can one handle this? Assuming it is true, how can one handle this?
Thank you very much. The world is made up of men and women. And there's no group that is not relevant. Gender sensitivity, women, and brother. So, um, I think
That's true.
yeah. Without being women even have the 6% of breast issues that sometimes I have witnessed. Now, the pattern, because of pressure, as we mentioned, people look at them as less productive because they don't have divided attention unless it's well managed. Sematic happening like that. don't allow this to tell on it. So generally, and in this maybe there is a discussion. Um, as people lacking the job, playing once, taking expenses, absenteeism with them, and so they note to absorb the women, especially the breastfeeding, breastfeeding, baby making stage. To avoid work. No doubt, those challenges will come. But as the employer, as the boss, you also have a role to play to make them more productive. If a woman, a nursing mother, is with you and you see her a determined person, when all things are normal, she puts in her best. Her productivity profile may be unmatched. When she affects her psyche and makes her less productive, you will go all out of this, knowing that that is not her culture, what it is. She opposes what it is. She comes to work at work. She closes when she should. She puts her hand. She initiates something even when she's not. I just feel like, oh, I'm not able to do work because my baby is in the hospital. I have to be with my baby. Whenever a baby is in the hospital, a baby, a baby you are not is in the hospital. And then find a baby of that nature. You must have to be with that. And it is edged and the work you will be with the child. You'll be covered, be given some days off to attend to that. That has a right to life. They will continue life. Let's continue. So you have to know them and infuse in them positivity. And so the mother has to be there. But if it's a woman whom you don't know when she is, you don't know when she's directing, you don't know when she's faking anything, you will just lose confidence. So one thing I want to say is be yourself when you should. Put up your best when you should. So that in the time of predicament, it will easily understood. People will come to your rescue and assist you. You understand? So as employers, you also make provision for certain basic reliefs. Now, you heard this myself as the time to go pick my baby and drop off and all that. It is consuming and it tells on you. One of the things I advocate at the grassroots is to provide something for maybe a nursery daycare close by for all working mothers. You see, when you have, let's take the example of this environment, we have the facilities. If you pay us more, we will gain more of the women work hours when their children, babies are kept within a 10 minutes walk distance to go and breastfeed and come back. Than when a woman has to live there and go to a hospital or go to a nanny, a daycare in the resort. Think of the one out there. The loss of the time. And maybe before husband is one. And today, tomorrow, not experience one. It brings an addition to the productivity. So employers will please do that. Have some packages in place to encourage them. And also employers or workers should also understand, know how to see private and personal admonition. When you see a young lady struggling, nothing stops you from inviting her to share experience. She could be under pressure, burden. She may be suffering from a family that doesn't care. With apology to you, maybe a husband that does not give 100% assistance. And then the baby will be mad on one side, the husband will be mad on one side, and then at work, it's not 100% in the moment. There are people who are, why are you frowning? Because you will be frowning when joy is not out from the heart. Yeah. Then you are sponsoring. There is no productivity there. None. And so we have to learn this. And then police should also do their best. The principal, the master mother has a lot to do for today joy. We all have to do your best when you are free. It is not excuse upon excuse. Today, I had an accident. My baby dropped. My mother, is it only you? So the rest. So you do your best to cushion yourself first, and then you attract a lot and assistance to others. So employers will have this to do, and then we recognize that there are tasks that the woman has to go attend to a baby, and when the baby is in the hospital or sick or not well off or something triggers the woman not to be, because when the baby is discomforted, there is no how to get the woman's 100% attention at all. And so you help her in any way possible. Admonition, advice. When you are just starting, you know, go to bed again. When you wake up before the baby wakes up, eliminate this time. Leave this for look, they are there. And before you know it, you know, so it's also the task for the employers to study the people that you work with, especially the women of that bracket, and then appreciate them when they do it. When we say resilience, not someone appreciate them, let's have an example for others. We have a good number of things. I don't want to mention it. There was one anytime I see how you see the dexterity she where she's left the picture. She face, human face, to your life and to your dream.
Sorry to cut you, ma. You know, there are some people who say that the different approach for different tribe like that. There are some people who during the early stage of pregnancy, it is easier for them to move, even if they are very, very smart, even on the day of delivery. While there are others, right from the day of conception to the day of delivery, they are the type that is very, very kind of affect them. So how did you balance with regards to
it is peculiar to individuals. You have just said some women. Yeah. And you go back to what I said before. At your best when you are putting us. So people will know when you are going down. It's the thing. Pregnancy is 9 months. After 9 months, you jump back to life. People appreciate you. People will talk to you. People will desire to see you come back to work. But if all through, whether pregnancy or no pregnancy, you are just married because you are married.
is a problem already. Thank you very, very, very much, Ma. The wonderful one, like she has pointed out very clearly, understand the personality of people who are working with. And then the child that are very, very active, even when they are not counseling, even when they are not pregnant. That's one thing. Then, if you have them in your workspace, try to create a relief period for them that in case this is the get the relief period where they can move the peak and bring their children back. And of course, she said it's also good for in an establishment or in an organization where you have nursing homes like that. You can of course prepare something like a daycare for them to be at least 10 minutes away from their children. And of course, admonishing and appreciating them is another way of encouraging. I like the point of admonition because since you already experienced, you use your experience to admonish them and talk to them, give them advice that can really help them cope within that period. Because I must tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy being a Muslim mother. You have the experience already. She has the experience already. I'm the man here. I don't have the experience. I can only do it to the best I do. Okay, this is Silva coming to you now. Like I said before, now, you're currently a Muslim mother. What are some of the challenges you are facing? How are we looking at your strength?
Finding a comfortable place. So that's my challenge. The challenge. You know, after you express the breast milk, there's need for you to store it, whether in the refrigerator to keep it last for hours. But if those kind of facilities are not readily available, it becomes a challenge of which maybe with time, I know we are doubting. And facilities like daycare centers, they are not readily available. Like if you check in Buzo or Washiku, we barely have 1 or 2 daycare centers, especially in Buzo, where I'm coming from. getting a very good place to keep your child is a challenge to nursing mothers. And we have another challenge of logistics. I don't have a mobility yet. So for me to go to Buso and come back, breastfeed, I can like that is tasking. And most of the times, from all these daily duties, you might uh, get home depressed. Anxiety can even set in. So these are many more challenges that mothers face daily because nursing a child is not one day something. It's everyday thing. Until that child is grown, you have to face those challenges that comes along with it.
Okay, now you've been able to spell out challenges, but I asked you one question. I asked you to list some of the challenges you're facing, probably which you have been able to thoroughly step up. Presently, now you're passing to you. What are how you able to go through them and still be better in the work?
My job and still go home. Now you can see that having a daycare center already has made my work easier and I'm being active and productive at work. Yes.
Thank you very, very
And
much.
I want to add again,
Okay.
we have a challenge of sometimes the policies on ground when people work, they are not that favorable, they are not flexible. Like giving a break, like break time for nursing mothers. I know, I know it doesn't work everywhere, but I believe where we work now, we have some privileges. Yes, but some organizations they do not and it's a challenge to them.
So there's some disadvantage. Try to kind of
Yeah,
watch it.
that's
Kind of
atmosphere.
basic for Muslim
Nursing
mother
mothers.
to care for
Oh,
their baby. Thank you very, very much, Siva, for that insight. Before we go for the question, I would like to ask you one more question. Even as questions are coming in via our WhatsApp number, so you can just begin to send in your messages via the WhatsApp number. I'll be calling at right now. It's 081 63 41 62 60. I'll go over it again 081 63 41 62 60. You can reach us on WhatsApp and you can only drop your questions on the staff platform. You get the questions even in this time and the segment of question and answers to give answers to the questions adequately. So before that, let's ask you, man, considering your level as management staff in this area and experience model, what was the set practice to recommend for the present nursing number one? And number two, what emotional support should families, employers, colleagues give to nursing mother to maintain their proper and effective well-being and residence abilities?
Okay, yeah. There's questions in that. What we need to encourage
Yes.
emotional support. Employers should be, let's just say, the boss
Yes.
as an immediate employer in this situation. Because every nursing mother doesn't really put that into manage. I said it before, there should be an understanding in the heart of whoever else. But this is a two side of the work to as much as possible. Be open-minded, know that at this time, my job is set time for yourself. Be determined to make achieve certain milestones each day, each month. You know the just schedule. Think about it when all when they go they put them together and ask for support. The good boss can take over some of this responsibility. Whenever you recover, if anything here because you are out of work, the capacitated to change to the hospital or it doesn't be down in the hospital. The good boss who is further into emotional support will report to the higher authority. There are some ways that for the days of the committee, for the person to take care, for the person to take care of self and recover fully to be able to control it. Not until you have ability and stable, your productivity will remain low. And bosses, employers will lament over that. So you have to make conscientious effort to make the environment enabling for the working mother to put in their best, encourage them, come close to them. When we see them withdrawing all the attention one on one, don't publicize their problems, don't harp on their problems. They are individuals. Give our pieces of advice per time. You can give rewards sometimes. You are holding a meeting and you see a woman exceptionally putting her just call her up and give her a clap of praise. Encourage others. Let me put it for this person. You are in a meeting, you see that, oh, this is my baby that doesn't go down at any time. No downtime. It could be a bottle of malt. You appreciate her. That sense confidence and her and all that. So the establishment has to create a enabling environment. That's the enabling environment for that because they must be there. Certain jobs they must start doing this and many professional so we will like to this. The other aspects which is what are second practice is well we know in the secular world out there in our home, once a woman let me say on the educated, on exposed, non-exposed, has 1, 2 babies. Go and watch her parents with her contemporaries that are still to have a baby is no cost. She don't debase you. So you should be confident. All your issues with put confidence. That's true. How they will create a wonderful ambience for how they work. Wash up yourself, appear good, and you see people giving you thumbs up. That will encourage you. It is not because I have one baby or two, and then I can't believe this one university, this one I'm. Is it every woman that is out of says, I don't have one baby. Please appear neat. Wear some politeness. Greet people. Feel happy. And those are very first. See your baby. After a short while, it's a phase. You will go through it. Those babies that took your time will begin to, to reinforce you and then to bless you. And use that time. They begin to make a return. When you hear people that's mama. It was the investment industry. So have your team is in that student of this people and that you go to the that will encourage you. So don't be depressed. That's not what I would say. Thank you. Believe. Be yourself. Be optimistic. I'm unstoppable. I will get to where I'm trying to go. That's all.
Thank you very, very, very much, ma'am. It's a wonderful one. I think I like to really address this of how to make themselves personally, telling about the father. They should be confident. It's nothing more. Have the confidence that if others have gone through it, I will go through it and I will make it. That is the realistic. Have the mind of this, I can, of course, do it. You should encourage them, reward them, and I that one. If they admit that I give them a bottle of malt to chill your mind, for the passing through love. But that one bottle of water will do great things in your life. Like I would say, let the questions can be coming in. The number is 08163216267. Oh, why again? 08163216267.
Nursing mothers, like when put to bed, they have the privilege of 3 months fully paid leave, right? Stay at home. So it's actually a good policy.
Very, very
Yes.
encouraging.
Yes.
It is like when you're
So,
walking and
yes.
you're having something.
And after it didn't just end. Already said, they are flexible to work on yes. They are good enough. It's commendable. Like lactation rooms should be provided by the employers to encourage nursing mothers and the regulators to be put in place, and the environment should be clean up to provide water, soap, and other necessary things to encourage nursing mothers. I know these things are in place. The work productivity will be less. So,
All right. Thank you very, very, very much. Eva, it's very, very wonderful. When things like you are in line with what Doctor has been saying. It has been favorable for you here, working and having it's possible whether policies have been very, very good. But you are just requesting that they kind of create a crash where you can have us like what the doctor said, 5 to 10 minutes and walk through where you can get the very things and have access to your mother. That's very, very well. I can see that the questions are coming in, but when we come to that section, we will take the question. But before we take the question, I would like to ask a doctor one more question, even as we go to the question and answer segment. Doctor, I really appreciate your presence. I would like to also ask you, you have you have effectively navigate through the rigor of being a nursing lawyer. I want you to advise nursing mother that you advice can give them to make them effective to make them effective in the workspace and also to be productive. Because like all of the misconception will then say that they are not productive, you have been able to explain that they are productive if they are effective. So I want you to kind of word of advice to you as a whole.
Anyway, here's a two words. For working of this news class, very many people say and you will go through it and all of you will it takes a little time, a completion of your mind that others have done it and done it. So develop flexibility. Don't remove yourself. Do all that it will be over and think towards the joy it will give you knowing the paternal growth. They are good. explain to us, this is a time of sacrifice for you. And so you know that you're going to pay. You definitely comes with challenges. Yes, they are surmountable. Tell yourself it's surmountable, and that is surmountable if others have done so. Because when you are at work, you are better because you have what our people call change to take care of them. You know, you are able to buy them. If you have the money at home, you are able to take care of yourself. You look beautiful. They are proud of you. You know, unlike when you are tattered. You see, so these are some of the beauty that come with the opportunity to be here to work. So, and then you raise your head up, you see yourself contributing to society and others. So please don't bemoan yourself. You will be courageous that you will go through it and come out right. And then we play with it as much as possible. Don't imitate others. Don't compare them. That person say I do not they are not supposed to delete. Neatness is a requirement so that people won't see you and frown and see you and this and see you and move that face and what you know that you have the baby. It's not a cause, it's a joy. So be yourself, joyous. That's the way to for the things. And then from the part of the organizations and the institution and where we are, Sister just mentioned she believes there's an opportunity to create better environments, and I bet you Agnes is quite sensitive, you know, to that. And there are things already in the pipeline. As soon as those things are available, you will say, mothers will be happy, children will be happy. You will see even children playing on one part of and you see joy. That's true. You know, we are work, we have eternal create a space for children to expose them to learning and all this. When you know that your baby is comfortable somewhere, it enhances your productivity. Not when you have to travel from here to come back and spend the money and all those things make you appreciate. But those facilities and opportunities will be made available in adult, I assure you. Management is taking serious about it. Once facilities are in place, process will be there. And then that will enhance you. Please be courageous.
Thank you very, very much. Be courageous. All right, let's take some questions. Gradually run out of time, so we'll do this few minutes of our to take some of the questions I have. This one says, how do you cope as a nursing mother working under a boss? Do not have closing. I think you answered this question for us.
The one is the vigilantes and demand support. One thing I want to assure you is that a person that has no person will know that the nursing mother will have to go and attend to the sure. I'm not arrangement for a man to take the place of that man for and it is not on daily, it can't be on daily because that boss also has going to retire. Okay? So it will be the most important thing is let your boss so modeling because it's not in your mind. So it's when you air your problem, solution will come. And if you're not playing, if you're not a truant, you are not a truant, it will be no. Somebody like me, I work at no sign. No sign I work with. Even when I finish my professional work, I start my private work to support my children. So I can be beyond the time that it will be permissible for a nursing mother. You know, then I'll call you, please be on board. When I do, I will talk of it. Make sure you turn off light box and all these pretty basic things and you go. It cannot be on daily basis. I don't think of a boss that will keep you Monday to Saturday to Sunday. You know, but some bosses come to work on Sunday, sometimes you come to work on Sunday. I won't compare it. And if it is important for me to work with the subordinates, and then I know you have challenges, I'll make arrangements, maybe a male or a female that is a bit free to come and take your place to give me the support. No, I don't think there's any support.
That's a wonderful one. We'll take one more question before we wrap up this episode. Question says, should any woman be My pregnancy is. Yeah,
For pregnancy illness. I don't think unless that boss does not know that's that woman pregnant or is sick. That's it boils down to opening up. It's very important. You please open up. Have confidence in your body, you know, because there are certain elements of pregnancy that you wouldn't want people around you to get your boss. And you do not have to broadcast it. No, you can shield you. And it's not a life sentence. After a while, it's easy. And when the people will do, your boss will do. Don't not take France. No. And then allow it. Nobody should punish ailments of pregnancy. Even any ailment. When you are not fit, you cannot put in it. I find that it's important. You know, have you seen the doctor? No, but I don't know of one person. I'm not heard of it. That's why you have a sick day, you have doctors, you have people little other advice. You know, do it this way, because they also understand what is going on. And it's when you prepare what put in your best.
all right, that is it. Thank you very, very much. I would like to take it from there. When everything works well, put in your best. What I've doctor have said, have the time to talk with your boss. Let me see, I'm assuming that she's supposed to know. Talk with him. Whatever the best is, so as to be able to negotiate ways out. She help you and also help you with the change for your productivity of the organization. I think it's time to wrap up the show for this episode. I would like to also thank my guest again, Doctor. You're welcome. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate when you are able to, out of your busy schedule, you have time to be with us on this episode of Track. We really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And Mrs. Siva, thank you very, very much for your time and coming to really enlighten our viewers on this topic of corporate Johnson mothers. Our viewer, that is it for this episode on Track, telling reality and creating knowledge. You know, Track is a monthly reality show where we delve into topics that are insightful and educative. Until next time, bye bye for now. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Sorry.